What's going on, Jeromes? Your Minnesota Fighting Vikings are descending upon TCO Performance Center Bar and Grill for another 3 days this week for the final phase of OTAs ahead of next week's mandatory minicamp, June 13th and 14th. And there's always a lot of controversy when it comes to all this stuff, where a lot of people will chime in, and whenever any player's looking good or looking bad, it's like, these don't matter, it's just practice. We talk about practice, all that stuff. We talk about practice, and I fully understand it, where we are months removed from actual football that counts in the standings, and we're 2 months away from training camp and all that stuff, and OTAs, organized team activities. Some players don't even show up since it's voluntary, aside from mandatory minicamp. So how important is it really? All right, so we're going to question that. Like, how important is practice actually? And we'll say, yes, OTAs are important, and yes, OTAs do matter for a myriad of reasons. Number one, so installation new scheme. So Brian Flores getting as many reps as possible with his players on the field is extremely important, because in the CBA and the NFLPA clawing back practice time during training camp and in season. So every single day, every single practice, every single 90-minute session of being on the field, individual instructions, 11 on 11s is extremely important as they're trying to learn a new scheme. Yes, the Vikings under Flores will maintain largely a 3-4 or a 3-man front look, but it's going to be worlds apart from the Donatello defense last year. Knocking on all the wood. That's right, man. And also additions to the existing scheme. So, yes, it is nice that Kirk Cousins, for the first time in his Vikings tenure, will have the same play caller 2 years in a row. And with Kevin O'Connell's offense, there are going to be tweaks. There are going to be changes and additions. Hopefully, they're going to be able to run the ball with some more authority. Hence, signing Josh Oliver in free agency, the best blocking tight end in the game, as well as re-signing C.J. Ham. The Vikings are going to play a little bit heavier than they did last year, where they were in 11 personnel, about 74%. But also, getting rid of Thielen. We'll love him forever, but the time was the time, and bringing in Jordan Addison is going to bring an extra dimension to this offense. So getting the feel for that is going to be important, even though Addison's been out of OTAs with an injury, and Jefferson ain't here. But also reps for bottom of the roster players. These are important. So a number of players are away. Za'Darius was away before he got traded to Cleveland, and Daniil is away. Dalvin Cook is away, as well as Justin Jefferson. But it has opened the door for some young guys to get some serious reps. On the edge, you look at Patrick Jones second, you look at DJ Wanham, you look at Andre Carter, you look at running back wise, Madison and Ty Chandler Kinkenny looking good as a three-way competition for the running back spot if they do move on from Dalvin. And at receiver, with Jefferson out as well as Addison being held out with an injury, Jalen Speedy Naylor been working with the ones with KJ Osborne. Both of them have looked extremely good. And I understand, well, it's easy to look good in shorts and no contact, and you can't press with the corners, and there's no safety help over the top, and blah, 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 blah. Also, well, they could look bad. Would you prefer they look bad? Not saying, I'm just saying. Also, reps for rookies, young players. And these rookies coming in, this is the first chance that the coaches have gotten to get on the field with them and have one-on-one instruction. So these reps are extremely important, because training camp goes by in a blur, man. It really does. So being able to dip your toe in and a bit of a beta test of what it's like to be a professional, it's really important for these rookies and young players. Also, coaches set the tone. And the Vikings made a couple of changes, especially on the defensive side of the ball. So it's the first time that these guys have gotten a chance to be with their respective position groups and set the tone on how it's going to be. How's it going to be when you don't know me anymore this year? And that's important for setting it for the various rooms, as well as, Brian Flores, he's already set the standard, man. Like, the defensive players have taken note, and it's going to be a brand new ball game this year. Also, in-house medicals and in-house strength and nutrition. So a lot of players can rehab away from the facility. Dalvin Cook with his shoulder has been good to go. He had his shoulder surgery, has been cleared for contact and all that stuff. But having guys in-house and be able to have the medical staff, the team doctors, team trainers, be able to monitor progress and rehab, it's really important. That's why Brian O'Neill, even though he hasn't been practicing, has been in the facility every single day, every single way, and getting that Achilles good to go. So hopefully he's going to be good to go for the start of training camp in 2 months. And then you have in-house strength and nutrition. These guys in there lifting, grinding at TCO Performance Center Bar and Grill in the garage. I love that gym setup where it goes right onto the field. Giant garage doors open. It's good, man. Also, in-house nutrition. So, yeah, that's the thing where it's a tough balancing act where you have to consume 6,000 calories a day if you're a lineman, 6,000 calories, and also still be an elite athlete. But calories aren't all the same, right? So having an in-house dietitian where they can monitor their meals, at least for breakfast and lunch, etc., and they can go from there. And also, since it's not the Cardinals, players don't have to pay for dinner, which is also kind of nice. Plus, player camaraderie. That's really key, man. And there is a different dynamic now because the Vikings did part ways with a number of veterans. Adam Thielen was a team captain. Eric Kendricks was a team captain, as well as Diesel Dalvin Thompson, leader along the defensive line. Patrick Peterson, team captain. So there's different dynamics, and who's going to step up as a leader, especially on that defensive side of the ball. Plus, you see on the social medias all the time, the guys are in town for OTAs. They're getting a lift on. They're going out, not getting too crazy, but they're going out to dinner. They're going out to ball games and stuff. And it's really beautiful to see because that carries over to the locker room, that carries over to the field, and that carries over to the wins and losses. So yes, OTAs are important. Yes, they do matter, and I understand it's practice. We talk about practice, man, and I know people get upset about it, but don't be. I mean, also it's the only football that we have right now, so it's good. It's pretty good, man. But your thoughts are thoughts. Do OTAs matter? Yes or not? Question mark. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But next time, Skol Production Value.